Hey guys, Old Guy Gaming here, back again with another MTG Arena deck tech review. We're going to be looking over the starter decks as I am still grinding my way out to trying to get to the first full deck, competitive deck that I want to get to. I do apologize that the videos have been a little bit late. I'm a little under the weather, so if I'm a little nasally, I'm still recovering from a cold, but I wanted to get out and get some games played, so I figured I'm going to do a real quick one on Arcane Inventions. Blue and I don't get along. Not that it's not a good color. If you're a control player, that's great. I'm glad you enjoy it. Me and blue decks have not been big fans. Mostly, I don't like the tempo of play, the countering the spells. Like, I like getting creatures on the board and beating you that way. But other people enjoy this, so let's go ahead and give a look and take a look and see what's inside this deck. Gearsmith Prodigy gets +1 as long as you control an artifact. The whole deck basically is built around keeping artifacts out there, so he's most likely going to be a 2/2 for a 1-drop. That's actually really, really good. Disperse, that's some of the bounce effects, so if you're not really too familiar with MTG Arena or Magic in a whole, one of Blue's things is controlling the game state, making sure that cards are getting either bounced back to your hand or just countering spells before they come out, before you ever get a chance to play. So they're a much slower color normally to play. There are some blue aggro decks that you can build, but this is kind of, you'll start seeing this as a regular theme. Diamond Mare, obviously, was one of the cool cards. I really like it. It gives you a little extra life gain on this one. We've got Field Creepers. So this one reminds me, one of the favorite cards from Shadows over Innistrad was the Scarecrow that's in that one. And the name is escaping me at the moment. But the flavor text was always kind of cool. Basically, it's just an artifact to kind of field all of your other artifact abilities in the deck. Aven, Wind Mage. Flying, so you will find a ton of evasion creatures inside blue, flying creatures being some of the best ones here, and of course, whenever you cast an instant spell, which you're going to be full of, you're going to give +1/+1, so it's really a 3/3 flyer. This one also creates more artifacts to have to go through and fire off all your triggers, and not that bad for a little 1/2 drop. Befuddle. One of the other things that blue is well known for is card draw, and this is some of the triggers that are going for that. There's only one of them in the base deck, and it is a little bit of you can drop someone down 4/0. Divination, draw cards. As we said before, blue is a big card draw engine. Sigh. Okay, so Sigh is actually probably one of the better rares in the set, actually, of MTG Arena. But whenever you cast an artifact spell, you get to create more artifacts, which are all flying creatures. That's all evasion, but you can then sacrifice those to draw cards. So again, you're drawing more cards. It's an additional card draw there. Tempest Djinn. So each of the colors in Dominaria had a 3-color solid card that came out of each set. Greenleaf Champions, the Steel Leaf Champions, the one from green that everyone knows, but each color had their own. The black one is the pumpable demon. Tempest Djinn is this one here. Now, since the color this deck is specifically mono blue, he turns out to be pretty much a beast and your game winner, which is why it's a shame there's only one, but you can definitely see this card getting into other blue decks, especially if you're only running islands. He can be a real big beast sitting out there. 4 toughness puts him above things like shock and lightning strikes, and he is flying, so unless they've got flying creatures, he's going to be a real big problem to deal with. Waterknot, love this card if you're blue, of course. When it enters the battlefield, it taps a creature, and then that creature does not untap during its next unstep save. Again, it slows them down. It slows your opponents down. Arcane Encyclopedia, again, another one of my favorite artifacts coming out of the M19 set. This, again, it's a card draw engine. If you've got nothing else to do, you can sit there and just keep pulling cards off. But it's a fantastic card. Card draw, this goes into any deck. Any deck that you feel that, hey, I could use some card draw, this one kind of fits that bill. Scholar of Stars enters out of battlefield. If you control an artifact, draw a card. Again, firing off of all those artifact triggers are going to be floating around. Gilded Sentinel, another artifact to add into that one. It's kind of it's just a generic 3/3 artifact creature. Air Elemental. So this card goes back to the days of antiquity and old guys like me. Air Elemental was part of the original alpha sets and has been a part of Magic's history throughout the last 25 years. 4/4 flyer. It's a good evasion creature. Fantastic card. I also really like the artwork. I like the original artwork better, but that's just me being old. Again, we've got some more artifacts to fire off with some of the abilities are going in here for artifacts, but he also gets +2/+2 as long as you control blue creature. The only thing you've got in here is blue, so really he's going to be a 4/5. Sphinxes. They always seem to put Sphinxes in the rare slot for the welcome decks and the starter sets in this one. Does have, if you may return target creatures, bounce a spell back a creature or permanent back to their hand. Another Djinn. pay this one on. It's a flying creature. This is another game finisher. Meteor Golem. They toss Meteor Golem, I swear, in every single deck. 7 mana is a really pricey spot, but you always find yourself, especially when you're playing starter decks versus starter decks, that late game 7 mana, being able to take a permanent that's really bugging you off the board is kind of good. They're good on starter deck and starter deck battles, but this is probably going to be one of the first cards you bounce out of any deck. And, of course, 25 islands. So let's get some gameplay and see how this one goes. I've actually not played this deck, so you will be catching me the first time. The reason why I'm playing it, I've got a mission. Of course, since I'm trying to grind out gold to build up packs to build into better decks, I need to cast 30 blue spells. So a side note, what I really wish you would be able to do is be able to do this and not affect your rank. Like, I wish they had unranked play in MTG Arena because you're trying to complete your missions. I mean, ideally, they're trying to get you to have a deck of every color so that you can get to all those triggers. But when you don't have a deck in that particular color, you're stuck playing the starter decks or some semblance of, and we'll see. We'll see how we do. Yay, I go first. And I don't have a drop until 3. Yeah, I'm going to mulligan that one. I don't think that's a fantastic hand. And then, of course, I get the 1. I swear, every time I mulligan, I am punished for it. I'll keep it and hope for the land draw to at least get the Field Creeper out. Yep, there we go. I'll go ahead and pull that one up. So we'll drop a land and say hello. I don't want... Oh, screen ramp. This should be fun. We'll drop our Scarecrow. Oh. Yeah, this could start getting big quick. Very nice, very nice. I like what he's doing with his deck, actually. Let's get some card draw engine going out there. I really probably should have gone with the 2/2 flyer, but we'll see. Alright, well, we're going to have to bounce that, buddy. Yeah, bounce that back to your hand. You're going to cast it again. My hope is that I'm going to be able to... No. He's a good blocker at 1/4. He's just going to cast that Verdant Breath again, yep. So ideally, you would have had a counterspell, and you would have countered that as it came in. But no, I've got something I can feed. No. Yeah, he's... Oh, geez. This is getting kind of scary. No. You can have my 1/1 blocker. I recognize the flying is there, but... I've got more where that came from. Nope, I'm going to hold off here. I'm almost out of cards. And again, like I said, you start getting down to this late game where his ability looks kind of good. What this starter deck needs is it needs more... Now that I have just started that sentence, he can absolutely deal with Vivian. So I will grant you that it is a garbage uncommon that most people would not run. I'm just going to take 5 on that. However, Meteor Golem does kill Planeswalkers. Nothing. Nope, I'm going to sit there and hold off. I think I might start... I might have to feed it. Oh, jeez. Well, good on you, sir. That is GG right there. There is a whole lot that I can't do about that. Have to sacrifice 2 artifacts to get the card draw on there. So I'm going to end up taking 8 on that. And there is Jack I can do about it. Yep. And this is going to be the end of my next turn, because I'm not going to get what I need. This is the plight of playing the starter decks whenever you're trying to build up in the early days of starting your account. Oh, look, he's got a Meteor Golem too. That's cool. I have a blue creature. Does make him now a 5/5. At least gives him a moment of pause, to say the least. Probably not. He's still got me.
Come to me.
Okay. The 10/10 now trample due to aggressive math. Good on you, sir. Love the deck. Sure. And we will call that game. There is nothing. Just bring them, my friend. Bring the pain. I know that there's supposed to be a matching algorithm that matches deck for deck to say, okay, this is kind of the tier deck that you're kind of playing. That was not even close. A good, solid green ramp deck. Ooh, I got Auras of Majesty. This looks like it's going to be a fun deck pick for later. All right, we're going to get 2 more games in before my poor throat and sinuses give out on this one. So anyway, like I was saying, so I believe that there is an algorithm that matches you up for deck to kind of build, not only based on your skill, the rank that you've achieved, but trying to get you into similar grade decks. That was not a good matchup. Thanks, MTG Arena. Interesting. Well, I got all the Gearsmith Prodigies. Sure, why not? There are a whole bunch of 2/2s that get to drop down as soon as Field Creeper gets out, so maybe if he's a slow mid-range deck, don't tell me I got another green ramp deck. Like, honestly. Merfolk. Merfolk, he said. Yeah, this blue deck doesn't really feel like it knows what it wants to be. It's not a blue control deck because it doesn't have enough control. It's not a blue aggro deck because it doesn't have enough aggro. It's just of the starter decks, this is easily my least favorite. I think it's clear that the black one, which I've already shown you, if you go back and take a look at that video before, I really liked the way that one was set up. The red I think is pretty good, and then I think the white, I've not played that one yet either, but of the 5 solid monocolor ones you get, let's drop some 2/2s. Of the 5 monocolor ones that you get, oh, I shouldn't have gone with Field Creeper. He's going to kill it. No, that was stupid. Anyway, of the 5 monocolor ones you get, this one, it doesn't feel like it has an identity. It doesn't really know what it wants to do. It's okay, I've got more. Like, it wouldn't have been so hard to put some, like, Essence Scatters in there to make it, like, a cheesy, cheap blue counter deck. Not all the good spells to go with it. When you cast an artifact spell. So I don't think it's whenever those come in. So let's go ahead and drop this one in to get the artifacts to make those 2/2s. At least to give him a moment of pause. Nope. I will just plink away with him with his 1/1 Thopter, though. So yeah, like there's some other like common, even a couple of uncommon counter spells they could have tossed in here in exchange for some of this other artifact shenanigans, things that it's trying to pull off, that I think would have made a better starter deck. To really give you a feel of what blue is like to play. Essence Scatters, you could there's so many that sit in there that you could have tossed in here to make this deck more feel like what blue is like. Ooh, I forgot to remove my banner. Scholar of the Star. Ooh, is there a bug going on? What do I got here? Sure. I like drawing cards. Drawing cards is fun. see, now if this could potentially be good. I am only going to attack him with the Thopter. I mean, because he's got a lot of, like, this is the thing with Merfolk deck. They're just going to go wide. He's going to get all these little counters going off. He's going to have a whole bunch of them, and they're all going to get pumped up by her. Fantastic artwork, by the way. Love, love, love the art on this particular card. Enters the battlefield. Sure. He's going to tap the 3-2. He's going to tap the 3-2. Yeah, we're kind of sitting here at a standstill. Okay. I can do that too, except mine's bigger. Now what we want is a land draw in this as well. That works. I'm not really sure what he's debating here. I'd love to be able to bounce that and counter it, but yep, that's what I was afraid of. So this is what Merfolk do. Yeah, this is going to start to be a problem real quick. He obviously can't attack with these because that's part of that. He's going to tap her. He wasn't going to attack with her anyway. Make him a 4-6. He can come in with a 3-3 and the 5-5, but I've got enough on the board that I could kill him. Why does he get all the bounce spells and I don't? Alright. Is what it is. Can I try that again now? He's tapped. He can't counter. He's gone wide, but we're really kind of keeping neck and neck with him. I wonder what he's going to tap. Yep. And that was Merfolk, boys and girls. At least we're casting our blue spells, correct? This is some of the plights of playing out some of these missions that, again, I wish you could... I still have to go. Well... Alright, I'm going to play one more game for this particular deck to give you a feel. Obviously, I think you can probably get my review on this one. I don't think that this deck has an identity. I think that the gimmick that it's going off of is not strong enough. Even for a welcome deck, even for some of the starter decks. Like, some of the other starter decks are clearly so much better constructed. The black one and the red one, for example, these have themes and they can be strong. I've won games with those against constructed decks. This one here, I don't know what it's going for. I just don't feel that the synergies that it's trying to build off of are strong enough. Like it seems like it has so many different things. It's going for card draw. It's not doing any countering, which is like so blue. No, I'm good. Yay, land drop. Alright, so what do I want to pull off? can Waterknot that sucker for a turn or two. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I mean, obviously I can keep it tied down for 4 turns. I will block your... Okay, well, I'm going to be water-knotting that thing into oblivion. I'm honestly not going to have to worry about that thing for like 3 turns. Well, then there's that. I mean, sure, if I get up to... Alright, so I'm going to draw that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold on to that. I'll befuddle it when it comes in to do damage. Draw the card on his turn. Ha ha ha! Oh boy, look at all the fun we're having with no mana. Look, no mana. It's so great. Gee, which one would I like to discard? Can't get rid of the Waterknot. It's the only thing that can keep me alive. I'll drop him. Probably should have dropped the Meteor Golem, but that gives me an opportunity to kill, especially if he gets like a Galta or something out. Sure. Oh, wow. I finally got land. That's amazing. I now have blockers. He's saving for some pain for a little bit. I mean, honestly, I'm like 1 mana away from really cutting this loose. How many cards do we have? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 cards, 4 lands. It was 25 mana in the deck. Although, I guess you're going to catch me in stream at another time where I'm going to be complaining about getting nothing but mana. Interesting. I'm going to kill him. Oh, wait, you've got a spell to make him 8,000 times stronger than he is. What a waste. Oh, my goodness, what a waste. Well, I need to put some, like, real beef out there. Like, as funny as it would be to return a Sprawling to his hand, I don't think that that's the right choice. Because as it's a token, it would just evaporate. It's just hysterical. Okay, like I'm literally gonna have to like start water knotting tokens because I can't get mana. It comes way too late. Gonna take 3. And, oh, look, do I have creatures? I don't believe I just had to do that. I think he still has me, though. I'm still dead. Why would I spend Waterknot on stupid spawning creatures? And I get killed by tokens. Yay! So I think that kind of sums up my thought process on this blue starter deck. If you were to... let me give some suggestions, because if it were me, I would strip out so much from this deck. Because there are so many common blue cards. Let's just look. Let's just take a look. Let's take out all the blue common cards. We're going to look at commons, instants, and sorceries. Just those alone. And you've got Scry 1, Opt, fantastic. Drawing cards. Absolutely could have added this into this. You've got Rescue, you can bounce cards back. Counter target spell, Spell Pierce. Like you've so many other ones. Blink of an Eye, uncommon card. This is a common card, I'm sorry. Could have totally added this to the deck. What else do we have? Counter target spell, converted mana cost 4 or greater. Just like there are so counter targets, creature spell, Essence Scatter. Could have totally added this one. There are so counter target non-creature spells. So you can do the gambit right here. Run these and run these to kind of counter both of these. These are common cards that could have been added to this deck. And if you want to, obviously you can spend some of your common cards on these that could turn this into a solid blue deck. Keep even some of the top end stuff. Like, okay, so there is a cancel in there, but you could have added... You can add 3 more cancels. I mean, really make it a hard counter deck where you're running like 12 different counters. Divination, grab some card draw into here. There's so many cool things you can do this. Love the artwork, the Matrix-like artwork on this one, by the way. But that's if you go Jameer. But we'll probably get into that one later. Anyway, so that's my review of the deck. I think there are some really simple common cards you can keep. If it were me, I would go back. No, I don't want to. Yeah. If it were me, discard changes. I would go back into this deck. And I would remove some of the garbage. So this whole mechanic that is building around artifacts, scrap it. So anything that goes with it, scrap it. Yeah, you can keep the Disperse in here. Scrap this. Scrap this. This has got this base. Maybe you can keep this. It is a 2/2 flyer. It's got, and you're going to be casting enough sorceries and instants to kind of build this one up. Aviation Pioneer, scrap. Befuddle, maybe. I mean, there's a card draw mechanic, kind of saves some damage on this one. Keep this one for a little bit. Again, this is going off the scrap. Tempest Djinns, if you're going to get rares, grab 4 of these. And just go solid blue, 4 of these. Waterknots are fantastic. Be able to tie down their big creatures, counter anything else that comes out of it, and then just draw the game out. It's a blue mid-range deck. That's what blue decks do, is they counter spells, they bounce all your stuff, they deny you the ability to play the game, and win it with a flying big monster like this. That's what I would do with this deck to improve it. So you can easily do it with a bunch of common cards and 3 rares. This becomes a much more playable deck. In fact, I think I might modify this deck and show you the modified version in my next video. In any case, that's my review on this one. I hope you enjoyed. If you've got any comments or suggestions that you would add to this deck, by all means, drop that in the comments. Let me know what you would do. And until then, guys, we'll see you in the arena.